different. So just bring your A game, because I always bring my F game. Fuck it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the ring, from the blue corner, Charles Bennett!
The word journeyman in combat sports gets a bad label. Sometimes you say journeyman and people don't take a fighter seriously. Well, Charles Felony Bennett, he's a journeyman, and that journey has gone all over the world. But the difference between the typical sense of a journeyman and the man formerly known as Crazy Horse is this man just isn't on a trip to see the world. He's there to knock you out, and he's done that to some of the world's best.
And listen, I'm gonna help you understand something. As my mama told me when I was a kid, she said, play with it and see if it don't hurt. That was very simple. Play with it and see if it don't hurt. I would be jumping off a table or something, and she just say, play with it and see if it don't hurt.
We saw Charles Bennett on the Island Fights back in February. He fought a very tough Brock Weaver, and on paper, Weaver was the favorite. But that night, Weaver won, but it was a split decision, which again shows you that on any given night, Charles Bennett will show up, and he's not going to go away easy. He might do some crazy stuff. He might wear his glasses funny. He might take 20 minutes to walk to the cage. He may do a backflip off the top rope, but he is there to fight, and he will fight you.
And at the end of the, oh gosh, he takes his glasses and puts it in Tommy's pocket. He's wearing shorts, a t-shirt. He's dressed like he's going to the club.
And this is fun for him. This is truly his idea of having a good Saturday night.
Who is that working this corner tonight?
Look at that, Brock Weaver. The mixed martial arts and combat sports, it's a funny game.
It's a funny game, yeah.
It's a funny game.
Because we respect each other.
Well, what better way to earn someone's respect than going 3 hard-fought rounds with one another?
Or however many they say that the max is. I love Charles Bennett. I don't care what they say. He'll always be Crazy Horse to me, but I will call him Felony just to soothe his mind.
When he's around, I'll say Felony. When he's not, I'll probably say Crazy Horse, because it's what you don't get to pick your nickname. You don't. Your nickname is given. You also don't get to shed a nickname.
You don't.
And when I mean that.
Did he fold his pants up?
He's meticulous. The thing that I'll say about Charles Bennett is he may not like the name, but when I say Crazy Horse in the mixed martial arts context, you know exactly who I'm talking about. That is brand recognition, and he's one of a kind. There will be no one else quite like Charles Bennett.
And they'll never do it as good.
I mean, this man has fought all over the place. And right now, he's fighting the clock, I think. He's taking his sweet time. He's enjoying it. And, these are the head games. This is where the game really starts when you fight Bennett.
Well, actually, for me, I watch him. He's like I was. I started the game way back in the press conference. And that's what he does by wearing his glasses, all cockeyed, saying something crazy on the mic. He's already in your head.
This is the 6th fight for Bennett of the last 12 months. So his output hasn't slowed down later in life either. I mean, 38 years old. He's fought all over the world. And only half his fights are on his record. The other half happened somewhere else where they don't get recorded.
Exactly,
you know what I mean?
And he probably won most of them, probably was robbed in them. And this guy, he does this as a living. This is his job. I love these guys. I've learned the most that I've ever learned in my career from who you guys call journeymen.
And like I said, he may be a journeyman, and it's been a journey. He's fought all over the world, and he's not afraid, and he's not afraid to pull off an upset. He's done it. I'll never forget the first Elite XC where they matched him up with boxer turned mixed martial artist KJ Noons, and Bennett knocked him out.
It was ugly. It put it this way, as we say, KJ Noon went down smoking.
Bennett tries to mimic that success here tonight inside the Island Fights ring.
And now, please welcome, from the red corner, James Freeman.
The Pensacola Bay Center comes alive for James Freeman. He's a Pensacola native. He's moved out west, got some training at one of the real OG teams in mixed martial arts and Millennia MMA. They were, one of the bigger teams in the Southwest going back to the King of the Cage days, where Crazy Horse. Charles Bennett actually made a name for himself prior to, moving on. And James Freeman, a little bit longer in the proverbial fighter too, 37 years old, but he's 6-1. He's only lost to one man. That was Desmond Green, who was former Titan FC champion, has gone on to have success in the UFC. And like Bennett, James Freeman far from done, and this would be a huge win to put on his resume if he's able to pull it off.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you something. Unless he's been out there with the superheroes of old, he's gonna have trouble when Charles Bennett has tricks, and more tricks.
And I don't even know if we're talking about fighting technique yet. He's just got tricks. He will play with your head, he will play with your mind, and then when you get in the ring or cage with him, he'll knock you out.
Yeah, and this guy is the king of it. Listen, there are no better people when it comes to playing head games for one, or understanding a man's psyche better than guys that fight. We understand the psyche of our opponents. We can look into their soul because we understand something. At the end of it all, you still got to see me in the ring.
James Freeman made his pro debut in this building on the undercard of a Roy Jones Jr. fight, and now he finds himself in the main event in the same building. In a lot of ways, it's a homecoming, and he's full circle right here.
I called his first fight. We were sitting on that side of the ring, and it was me and I think it was Bob. I want to say no, I forget the guy's name. He had pink hair, and I always give him a hard time when I see him. I say, "You better be able to fight with that color hair."
James Freeman inside the Island Fights ring, ready to do work. Our main event. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape. 6-1 is James Freeman, 1 year younger than the man formerly known as Crazy Horse Felony. Charles Bennett, 29 wins, 36 losses, and 2 draws. Freeman, 6 inches taller, 6 foot even to 5'6", and Freeman will have just 1 inch of reach advantage. Lightweights ready to go for our official introductions. Here's Christopher James.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next bout is our main event of the evening. We would like to thank our title sponsor, Team Fake Gear. Hashtag only the hate is real. Hashtag TFG. Thank you for all you do.
Man, that nigga has so
All tonight's
much
fights have
on
taken place under the supervision of the Florida Boxing Commission. In attendance tonight, Executive Director Patrick Cunningham. Our judges for our main event, Rick Bays, Michelle Olney, and Rudlow Sky. Our doctors at ringside, Dr. Zoltan Erdos and Dr. Lan Wei Ling. Your timekeeper tonight, Keith Woods. And when the action starts inside the ring for our main event, our referee, Larry Downs Jr. And now, for all those in attendance in Pensacola and everybody watching the world live on UFC Fight Pass, I hope you're ready because this is it! 3 rounds in the Island Fights lightweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, standing 5'7". He weighed in 152.6 pounds with a record of 30 wins, 38 losses, and 2 draws. Representing Felony Camp and fighting out of Ocala, Florida. Please welcome Felony Charles Bennett! And his opponent fighting out of the red corner. Standing 6 feet even, he weighed in 156 pounds. Tonight, he brings to the ring a record of 5 wins and 1 defeat. Representing Millennia MMA and fighting out of Pensacola, Florida, by way of Rancho Cucamonga, California. Please welcome James Freeman! Fighters to the center of the ring, please.
Freeman has a big following here, and I'm just looking at Crazy Horse in all the
All right,
head
gentlemen,
games that
listen to my instructions at all times.
He is
Protect yourself at all times. Remember, I'm going to let you fight until you can't fight. Touch them up.
All right, James.
Felony Charles Bennett, again, head games. Everything seems to be fun. Everything seems to be a party. But when the bell rings, he goes to work.
Here he is.
Touch of gloves. We are underway. James Freeman in the all black.
Look at Crazy Horse.
Shelling up early. Freeman trying to come hard with some punches, but hard right hand. Might have been a bit of a slip, but Bennett did connect with the right hand. You know, Freeman comes home tonight and fights in front of his hometown here in Pensacola. And while Bennett is from Central California, he's still got plenty of cheers here. He's a fan favorite everywhere he goes. A slip off the kick there. Bennett tries to capitalize with the right hands.
And look at Bennett. Bennett knows when a man is down. He won't kick him. He won't do anything stupid. He's just really patient. Really patient.
And that comes with experience. I mean, he has been fighting for so long now. I mean, really one of the pioneers in a lot of ways when you think about mixed martial arts.
And the way he just takes shots. Even when he gets hit with a whole shot, he finds a way to take something off of it. He's just so crafty.
And he changes stances. He goes from orthodox to southpaw. Slips on that kick there, stands right back up. We mentioned that height of Freeman, only a 1 inch difference though in their reach.
Yeah, Bennett's like me, has long arms. We have the same reach. Ooh, good body shot by Bennett. Ooh, good shots by Bennett. Oh.
Freeman finding himself in a war inside the clinch here with Bennett. Bennett throws a knee.
Bennett is too crafty for him on the inside, I think. And Bennett, what has happened is Freeman has found out that
it looks like he caught low to the groin, and the referee didn't call it. Freeman had to stop, and he did catch him low, and we'll see if Bennett can recover. He has up to 5 minutes. Neutral corner goes Freeman, and Bennett hammer fisting the mat a little bit. He's down right in front of his corner. He
was clean, though.
He's not moving. Hopefully we can get a replay of that, and you know, we'll see if Bennett is worse for the wear. Here's the shot upcoming. It's already been hit there. That was another one.
He got hit with two, actually. See, even though you have that metal cup, that cup is pushed left to right. That cup, when it's pushed left to right, does all the damage.
Where's the fucking rock?
We'll see if Bennett can recover from this. He's smiling it off, talking to referee Larry Downs Jr., trying to do a little rearranging, a little adjusting. You know, and I don't want to say that Bennett is faking this at all, but again, remember his craftsmanship. He is savvy. He may be taking some time here to recover, right?
Yeah,
both of those were clean.
Yeah, both of those.
They're definitely clean.
Yeah.
And again, he has up to 5 minutes to recover, and he should take all of it. And all that he needs is what I mean. But now he's ready to go.
I had a guy hit me low one time repeatedly, and every time he hit me low, what I simply did was I go right back out and go to work.
Freeman going right back to work, and head movement and a quick duck under. Back to space goes Bennett. You got to worry about that right hand. Bennett almost comes in sprinting with it. Now it goes hard. Freeman tagged on the run a little bit, and again, there's that patience by Bennett, not selling out. Beautiful left hand. Now Freeman trying to get on the inside.
And it's going downhill from here if he gets what he wants.
Bennett, that's on his back. Big takedown by Felony, now setting up inside.
That is what you call crafty. What he simply did was take advantage of the situation.
And it looks like Bennett might try to attack that right arm of Freeman. Now steps over the top. Now on the back, one hook in, trying to adjust. A little bit off kilter. Freeman going to try to shuck him off here, hula hoop him around if he can, and he does. Nicely done by James Freeman. But now in on a leg. Charles Bennett, known for his knockout power, but don't sleep on his grappling ability. Working a heel hook. The ropes not necessarily in Freeman's.
And did put his other leg down.
Yeah, the ropes were not on Freeman's side, but he's able to get free. Now on top of Bennett. Bennett now giving up his back.
Bennett doesn't worry about this kind of stuff. I saw Bennett come out of a rear naked choke in February in this very arena, and the guy had him. I don't know how he got out. Oh, look at this pin.
There he rolls right into the guard. The thing about Bennett is he's not afraid to lose. And that's something that is I mean, it truly is. When you have reckless abandon and are super confident, at the end of the day, Charles Bennett, I don't know if he cares if he wins or loses. He's here to entertain, and he's here to upset people.
Right.
And right now, he's got to worry about this choke, though. Guillotine attempts here by James Freeman.
It's not happening. I just don't see. I've seen Bennett come out of way worse. And if it gets him, it'll shock me.
We'll see if he can get out of this. Freeman's got to make sure he doesn't burn up his arms, if you are correct, Nate.
There it is.
And there he is. You're right. I mean, people will underestimate the ability in the grappling department of Bennett because he's so entertaining, because he likes to knock people out. But this man he won't go away quietly, and sometimes that means he'll get caught in submissions and just find his way out.
And he truly probably is more well-rounded than anybody that you know.
I mean, he has more on-job experience than almost anybody.
That on-job experience is some serious stuff. And he's taking these shots, but he's looking for something.
And the man is a fighter. He's working on this double leg, trying to scoop out the much taller James Freeman, and he gets it. I mean, this is a guy, it's all rumors, but he had an altercation with Wanderlei Silva in the back at a Pride Fighting Championships. It wasn't afraid, and depending on the reports, it may not have gone the way that Wanderlei Silva wanted it to that night.
That's what I heard. And he became one of my favorites that day. Wanderlei Silva was the man at the time.
Time expires in round number 1. Guys are tied up in a leg lock knot. And
what you got to understand right now is, I guarantee you, that took more out of the young fighter Freeman than it did out of Bennett. Bennett can do this all night.
One thing to sort of note too is the weight cut. Bennett walks around at 152, 153 pounds. He's not cutting weight. And sometimes that benefits him. He might be smaller, but
there it is.
His body goes through no cut.
Here's the cover. The cover. Watch the slide. Watch the way slide. Shot. Slide out. Fought him right off. Bing. That was knockdown. Oh, look at the defense. This guy is everything. Oh, knee to the face.
In the clinch.
Double low blow. And even after that, he still fought the way he fought. I gave Bennett that round.
Yeah, I mean, you see a lot of steam get taken away from the sails of a fighter who gets hit low, and that just wasn't the case there.
Oh, nice leaping punch. This guy is takedown.
He's dynamic. Yeah. You never know what you're going to get. Well, Charles Bennett and James Freeman will make some adjustments in his corner.
It's hard to not look at Bennett and say, man, I like the way this guy fights. I don't care what you think about his antics. He truly does bring a good fight.
And there's something to be said for fighters like Charles Bennett. He's not a world beater. He's not a #1 fighter on the planet. But again, when he's on a card and people buy tickets, they want to come watch him fight. Right now, he needs to fight through this. He might be cut. He's bleeding very badly. Freeman on top, trying to end this one. Bennett leaking. Not sure what strike actually got him cut, but he is sliced wide open.
It looked like a knee.
And now Freeman trying to sink in this rear naked choke.
Bad place to
Bennett in a lot of trouble. The blood gushing from the head. It is leaking. And that's a wrap. Bennett didn't tap out.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. As he was being choked, the blood was squirting out.
And so all right, well, there's the celebratory backflip
he's
from
trying to show rep
Charles Bennett. I get he's a showman.
He's trying to show him he's not hurt.
It's hard.
He was saying he wasn't hurt.
See, I don't know how you stop the fight there, because here
blood was squirting.
But you can't stop the fight as a referee due to blood. You have to bring in a doctor. Here's the problem. There's the strike that cut him.
Right.
The problem is you have to check the cut with the doctor before you're going to stop the fight.
Watch the squirting. Watch the blood squirt.
But blood happens in a fight.
Right.
It does. Now, here's the thing. You can't stop him there because he's fighting off a submission, so you can't stop to check the cut at that point. You got to kind of let him fight through it and, see what happens from there. But, Larry Downs Jr. gets the ultimate call as the referee, and it is up to his discretion whether or not he wants to stop the fight. The criteria for doing so, debatable. but largely James Freeman will get his hand raised.
I'm
and
not the
stop it.
referee, but I might have stopped on that one too. That
A lot of blood.
No, not just a lot. It wasn't just dripping. It was squirting out. I want to see the replay on that. I want to see.
We've seen things like that happen in the UFC. I remember BJ Penn in the back of Joe Stevenson working a rear naked choke where blood was squirting. I don't know if it was gushing like that though, Nate, but you know, here it is again.
Here it is.
There's that
the kick.
The blood immediately starts to flow.
Yeah, the kick is what did it. Because it was already, then he began to choke him. Watch that blood squirt. That is blood squirting out of his face.
Correct. I mean, it is leaking. And we will get the official announcement is headed your way just moments from now.
Don't leave the arena.
James Freeman getting it done in our main event. He stops Charles Bennett to make it official. Here is Christopher James.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee calls a halt to this bout at 44 seconds of round number 2. Declaring your winner due to referee stoppage due to excessive bleeding, James Freeman!
James